Money can buy you the answers you seek, and rhythm can lessen the pain. The gods, they are fickle, routinely oblique, but worship is rarely in vain. Thella has granted my one true request. The journey is now mine to take. With grays in my hair and aches in my chest, at long last I'm feeling awake. Loves have I lost and friends have I made, and many hard drinks have I downed. The devil I've crossed, that debt yet unpaid, but to Rowan my soul is bound.
Archie, you've marked on your map that seemingly this entrance leads right directly to the town square. But you guys decide to carry on, so you continue on through the tunnel. Alright, Trax, are you taking lead again?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys head further down the tunnel. You guys just continue along the edges. Along the edges, it's more of the same, like the dried out roots and everything. You guys travel for probably about another 20 or so minutes. But as you continue, you do notice that more fresh roots start to appear. And these ones aren't cut. And upon examination, they do appear to be more roots for cletwood trees.
So wait, these haven't been cut yet?
Right.
But they are.
Right.
Do they look like younger, or do they just look like they haven't been cut yet?
Do you want to give me a nature check?
Yeah.
If the map is right, we might be by the apothecary.
25.
25. No, they're not like younger trees. They just aren't cut. They seem to be pretty like solid roots of probably fully mature trees.
Okay. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So you guys continue on, and after another, we'll say like another 15 or so minutes, Trax, you start to see light coming ahead, like you're getting to the end of a tunnel. So you continue on, and you reach the end of the tunnel, and the tunnel ends and opens up. And when you peek outside, you seem to be in a small, there's a small opening in the side of like a dirt wall, and looking out, there is a bridge over you, and there's water. Like if you stepped out, you'd be walking into like a stream.
Are there any like bodies of water that match that, like that I'm aware of on the landmarks?
Well, if you look at the map, there is a stream that goes through parts of the town.
So it looks like we're between the old square and the apothecary, if that's the case.
Is that by the angling tree?
Yeah. The angling tree.
It's actually the mangling tree.
Oh, I learned from the mangling tree too.
We
Great
don't
lesson.
talk about the mangling tree. But yes, the tunnel ends and seems to come out under the bridge across the stream there.
Better hope it's not the wrangling tree.
The wrangling tree. That's by the old farmhouse. It's just a tree that's constantly just spinning a lasso.
Every now and then, depending on
like-
how the wind blows, you hear a yeehaw.
It's often confused with the hanging tree. It's like, is that a noose? No, it's a lasso.
It's a.
Okay.
If you think about the hanging tree, it's just the cousin of the wrangling tree. So
It's the lazy, unathletic version of him.
It's the black
So-
sheep of the trees. What were you gonna say, Jesse?
we can either take advantage of where we are right now, or we can double back and check out and just check the other tunnel out. But I don't know if that would be kind of too much of a waste of time versus there are a few things near where we are that we have on the list.
And at this point, it's like 12:40 in the morning.
How are we doing? Just being tired.
So you guys are, it's late. You guys are starting to get tired. You don't start rolling for exhaustion until you hit the 24-hour mark without any rest.
Mhm.
Okay.
But so you guys probably only have a little over 5 hours left till, not 5, actually no, it'd be like about 7, because you guys got up around 8.
How long roughly does it take for us to get out of here? Like, I guess.
Well, it really depends where you go, because
Right. Yeah. With
I
the
mean, I don't think
navigate
there's any point
residential
in
area.
camping in Old Baenum. The amount of time it would take us to get a long rest would just be a huge wait. Like, we may as well leave when we're ready to leave.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how long it would take for us to navigate the residential area, so we kind of had an idea of what the most we could push it.
I mean, these tunnels might make that a little bit easier depending on where the other one goes.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that left one might go into the residential area, or yeah.
I mean, just finding all that stuff. If it's a secret, route through town we can take, just finding where it goes might be a worthwhile thing this time.
I think so. Did we confirm what was at the end of the where we are right now? Because I had to make a quick bathroom run.
you guys hadn't actually gone out. You just sort of peeked and you're pretty sure you know where it is. Like it's the bridge over the stream there on the map.
All right, I will step out to confirm.
All right, so yeah, you hop out of the hole and you're about knee deep in water.
Fun.
Yeah. So you kind of jump out with a little splash. You look up. There's a little bit of a jump up onto the land, but it's only about 5 or 6 feet.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, I'll just climb up there, that 5 or 6 feet, and just confirm more stuff really quick. Then I'll just return.
Okay. So, give me a acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. 15.
15. So you kind of you kind of push off the one edge and run and jump, catch the edge, and just sort of pull yourself up. So yeah, you're out of the water, and you're on the map. You're on the left-hand side of the stream there. And if you give me a perception check.
7.
7. You look around. There's a stream behind you, the little bridge. You can kind of see. You can kind of see way in the distance, the upper branches of the hanging tree. And looking around, you see off to your left, a larger building, a couple little buildings here and there, and off in the distance, just another patch of trees.
All right, I'm going to return and tell Archie my findings.
Okay. So yeah, you hop down, get back in the tunnel, and just kind of convey what you saw to the rest of the group.
Okay, can I get like a pretty good confirmation based on what he's got?
I'd say with the map and his description that you kind of figure you guys are definitely where you thought you would come out based on what you looked at before.
Yeah. Like I'm looking. Yeah, I have a pretty good idea of where that should be. Yeah.
You gather that there's another patch of woods ahead. I'll say with your passive investigation, based on the fact that they looked like actual like trees and not like shriveled up dead trees, there might be another patch of cletwood ahead. You assume the large building that he saw off in the distance might be the sawmill, and then just the random smattering of other buildings could be whatever.
Okay. So this part of town is definitely really worth exploring in general, but I think it might be worth doubling back and fully charting out the tunnels and using that as something to make the return trip more efficient.
I agree.
So we are going to. Oh, hey, anybody got okay enough survival to maybe camouflage this exit?
What? How big is this exit?
It's it's tall enough for you guys to stand upright in. Actually, Gravok and Akira have to hunch a little bit, but it's only wide enough for you guys to pretty much walk like mostly single file. Like for anyone to pass by each other in this place, you guys keep having to like press up against the wall to let the other person just squeeze by.
So I like bury the entrance.
Oh, like with mold earth or whatever?
Yeah, without risking like the structural integrity of the tunnels. Like, just enough to complicate it, basically.
I'd say if you want to check for the structural integrity, I'd say you could either do give me survival. Yeah, would probably be the best one.
Could I get a help action on that?
Sure, help and guidance. Actually, yeah, structural integrity sounds like my bag, so it's a fancy word.
17.
Okay. So yeah, you start kind of like feeling the walls. You kind of like push on the edges and stuff. You kind of like press onto the ceiling. You actually like press your hands up and then try to like stand up straight to like just really put a lot of pressure on it. It doesn't really budge, and it is mostly like dirt and stuff around. I mean, there's some stone and everything, obviously, but it is a lot of just dirt. So you do feel pretty confident that if you were to shut the entrance with mold earth, that you probably would be able to just basically block it off with no issue.
All right, I relay that back to the party, and how does that sound?
I confirm, like I make sure we can find this entrance from outside, and then I think as long as we think we're confident we can open it back up, yeah, that's the best thing to do.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, if that's what you want to do, you guys start to turn back. Do you guys shuffle your order so Trax is in the lead again, or?
Yeah, I'll stay like second back just in case, but.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, you kind of like shuffle around each other to get back into position. Trax, you take the lead, and then as you guys are, walking away from this entrance, Akira turns and kind of claps her hands, and like you guys just see as like the dirt kind of like folds itself and closes the entrance.
Okay.
All right, and then you guys start making your way back. So, with the time to the first entrance you found out of under the hanging tree, takes about 20 or so minutes. And you guys keep going back to the fort. All in all, about an hour passes of you guys just traveling through the tunnels until you reach the fort. You turn that edge, start heading more south. After about 12 minutes or so, you come to a dead end. But it's not dirt in front of you, it's stone.
We want to check that, see if there are any like secret thingies or if it feels hollow.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me a stone mason check.
Okay. 28. Oh, 30 plus my proficiency.
So Archie, you start kind of poking around this the stone wall, and you pull out like a little chisel, and you actually start to like pierce a little bit through like the mortar holding it together. And as you kind of pick it out, you get an opening that's large enough for you to kind of peek through. And as you look through the crack in the mortar, what you see on the other side is a small, dimly lit tunnel with a large crashed and smashed up plate full of metal spikes, sort of a few feet in front of where you're peeking.
Oh, like, I'm not trying to. No, this isn't necessarily an Archibald thought. This is just me trying to imagine what you're describing, like statement. But kind of like a room with closing spike walls, but one of the spike walls is busted.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna like have everybody take a peek and see what they think.
All right. So you all look, and as you guys sort of all peek one by one, Grabach, you actually, you looking at it, you kind of realize this looks very familiar, and you realize that this is the underground tunnel under the church, and the plate that you guys see is the trap that Tom triggered that almost fell on him.
Oh, so we're there.
Okay, that's cool. I confirm that with my map and stuff.
That's real nice, actually.
So you are on the opposite side of a wall that is blocking your path from getting in there, but yeah, you're on the other side of that wall where the church is.
Now, based on our we know it's in the church more or less. With Akira's abilities and demolition capacity, my mason actual masonry skills and stuff, would we be able to open this passage up with a little bit of effort?
With a 30 masonry check, yeah, you can definitely tell Akira what structural points to hit to just blow a hole through this wall.
Okay, I would like to request a little bit of demolition from my beautiful partner.
All right. So Akira, if you want to break this wall down, go ahead and give me an attack roll for your club or whatever to hit the wall.
The harpies are on the roof of the church, right?
Yeah, this is if you remember the tunnel, the ladder under the altar went down 80 feet or so. So you guys are underground.
I'm just debating not necessarily this trip, but so
20.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage for the wall. Um,
14 damage doubled.
so 28.
14, no, I doubled it. It's 14. 7
Oh, okay.
damage doubled.
Okay. So you hit it with your club, and you crack like where Archie started digging through the mortar and opened the little like peephole. You just hit it, and like that whole like chunk of just the stone just splits. So like there's a giant like zigzag where the mortar all just cracked apart. So I'd say if you keep at it, you'll definitely bash through it.
Cool. Let's keep at it.
Yeah. So go ahead and just roll to hit again.
Can't you also mold earth on stone?
11. I can.
Does it work on like solid rock though?
Let's see. I don't know, not to move it.
Yeah.
I can like write on. I don't think I can move it.
Sorry, what was your attack roll?
Yeah, loose earth. It was 11.
That it's yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
22 damage.
Okay. Yeah, so with the second hit, you just blow through the wall. A large chunk like cracks out, just collapses onto like the broken trap that's on the ground. So you guys have like a large enough opening for you guys to just pass out into the little underground tunnel or the little underground hallway.
So we at least know how to get back there, which is good.
So far then we've seen 3 like exits to this tunnel, and then 1 like on a round exit, right?
I'm sorry, what?
So we've seen the beginning of this tunnel, in the mansion.
Yeah.
And then 2 far end exits, and then 1 on route exit, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's the tunnel seemed to start in the manor basement and reached out to here under the church, under the hanging tree, and under the bridge, covering the stream.
Okay, and then we've more or less covered all of it. It feels like, right?
As far as you have seen, it looks like that just opened up into this tunnel.
Okay, so let me look at the map real quick. I'm trying to figure out where, based on where we are now, based on the exits that are available to us using the tunnels, which would be the easiest way to
Sorry, what were you saying?
based on the 4 exits that we have available to us at the bridge, the church, the town square, and I think the tree, which of those would we be able to exit Old Baenum the quickest?
Well, actually, if you look at the map, well, actually, no. Knowing what you guys know and the walls that you've destroyed going through the residential area, if you guys were to exit through the church, it would basically be a pretty straight shot back into the residential area, where you guys have basically made a path, for yourselves back into the actual town.
So there's a nest of harpies in the roof of the church that we know about, and I'm not suggesting we just kill a bunch of bird people for the sake of killing a bunch of bird people. I would much prefer to capture them and have them relocated to like a safe location. But I also think we should really take this church and make it our staging area for missions in Old Baenum going forward.
I agree. And plus, the issue of leaving the church is that, if I recall how we got in here, we had to cross a flat field. Which, if the harpies are on the top of the church, will most likely have a very easy time spotting us as we were leaving.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't want to like be a bad person about this, but I think we should maybe leave now and come back prepared to deal with them, or try and deal with them now and then get out and get rested and prepared again.
The pro of not dealing with them now is that they may not be here when we get back.
I'm super.
The other thing too is if we deal with them now, there's no telling if something else takes their place. I guess I'm trying to think about that.
No, I'm like, as like a company thing, and also as just like an Archibald thing. Like, I'm a big fan of like dealing with them because they're dangerous. But if we can do it without just killing what are effectively pretty advanced wild animals, you know, I would just murder
Yeah.
a nest of badgers just for being in the attic. I would remove them and put them somewhere. Like, we as an RPG team can do whatever, but Archibald as a character is going to press for the most kid-friendly approach to any situation.
Right, and Trax is tactically thinking of I'd rather deal with the enemy that I know versus the enemy that I don't know. Taking out the harpies could lead to something else taking their place, essentially. That's what Trax is thinking, anyways.
Or if we attack the harpies, they might fly around, cause a ruckus, and draw the corpse fella.
Zombie clot.
Zombie cloud. There we go.
Can I do a nature check on harpies to see like what we know about them, like what level of like advanced monster intelligence they are?
You did a check on them last time. I'll just remind you pretty much. Basically, what you knew is that they were. They are semi-intelligent. They are capable. They're pretty intelligent. They they can talk to people, whatever. But the thing with them is that they typically are essentially, if a person acted like a very predatory bird, like they hunt. They're pretty indiscriminate about who they eat, and the primary harpies have a song that can lure prey to them.
How equipped are we to fight a flying enemy?
Medium at best right now.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing. I'm low on arrows, and I'm down
Lost
to
my
basically
javelin.
holy arrows, and I don't want to spend them on harpies, admittedly.
I would love.
I wouldn't mind a long rest.
So I want to grab like some nets and come back to this church with like the intent of capturing and like being like, "Hey, Paragon Company, we caught a stack of harpies. Give us gold." Because like, especially if they're like semi-intelligent monsters, they fall into that weird category of like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here, bird ladies," versus like eviscerate these things monsters. They're not like illithids or something.
You could probably get some decent information out of them too.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, who knows? They've been here for a while. If we can get them just like glad squawking, I don't, I mean, if we had like one more monstrous character, or like a bard who really liked to get it down, like my brother, then I would be all about just trying to negotiate with these things versus even trying to fight them. But our best bet is to kind of capture with the obvious. If this doesn't work out, eliminate these harpies, and then spend some time making this church our like staging ground for the rest of our Old Baenum work.
Yeah, we're not lighting it on fire.
Well, that too, but also I think we might have a reasonable supply of Cletwood, which means we might not actually need to leave if we set up a safe, like, long rest area.
I agree.
Effectively, like, get into Old Baenum and, like, just establish it as, like, a wartime style, like, fortification.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal with the Cletwood, yeah. So I mean, yeah, so I say if we can sneak out without startling them, we do it.
I think we should be able to. And do we wait? We have enough time to. Yeah, we should go back down into the tunnels and take a short rest for everybody to get set up. But that will also give Akira a chance to get herself centered, and we can pass without a trace, leave town. Like
That would be the safest route,
with
yeah.
pass without a trace, I think we can safely boogie even with some medium rolls.
I agree. I'm all for this.
All right.
So I think our adventures in Old Baenum are done for the day.
Okay.
Quick question:
Yeah.
the forest, the Ketwood Forest. Would we be able to potentially set up like a little base there, being that seems like it's immune to the rot?
Smart.
Oh, we need to hide the trees I got in the carriage or
We
something.
can do that. Oh, actually, that's a really good point. If we can get the carriage into the Cletwood Forest, then
We
I
can
can.
pack it up. We can like.
Not just that, the carriage is already set up to be a total fortification for us to live out of. Like, it's effectively a giant Winnebago with armor. If we can get it in the middle of the safe forest, I can build us a camp around it. Probably just as well as we could fortify this church.
So that way we'd have the church as like a solid fortification, but we wouldn't have to worry about the amulets running out in the
No.
forest.
Super smart. I hadn't even considered that.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to grab some.
This is out of character, by the way, because Grabak would not have realized that.
Oh no, actually, I honestly, Grabak's not super. Wait, how much?
Actually, woodworking wise, he might have realized that.
No, that's what I mean. Like he's a fancy gentleman who understands the importance of comfort and commodities. So like I enjoyed the fresh air, honestly.
My skin didn't burn as much in there, so we could try that.
Right.
So,
Do you think it'll be worthwhile to map out the residential area?
I mean, ideally, I want to get like this. If I'm running under the theory that we might be able to break the curse of Old Baenum, which sort of makes a lot of what we can do moot.
I mapped out
Mhm.
the top bit of the residential area when I climbed up.
You did. And everywhere we've been, I have mapped because of the way the Archibald's brain works. So
Yeah, like you have memorized the path you took to get into like the more wide open area.
anytime we take breaks, I update Archibald's personal maps from his cartography kit. So we'll have an okay map, but as we go, I'll expand it and make it more definitive. But what was I going to say?
So the plan of action for now will be to dip back in the tunnels, take a short rest, pass without trace, and ditch.
Yep, get back to town. Lip sealed on everything we've seen and done in here, except for before we leave town, we should interrogate the 3 rat men that were with Mirror, not Kit. Mirror the cat child.
Not Kit.
Yeah, Kit. Yeah, not Kit. And then I also wouldn't mind grabbing some just building material from town because I think that we can effectively make, as Grabak suggested, a nice little actual comfort camp inside the forest, as long as we're aware of making.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say, just remember the zombie clot has the ability to go through the forest.
but what we can do is we can have Akira open us up a tunnel, like a little like cave in the earth, and then we can actually set ourselves up a nice little secret base, like 1 foot under the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so you guys, well, right now as it is, you're under the church. You're like 80 feet under the church. What you guys want to try to take a rest here?
I think if we can get just a basic hunker down and work on your gear style short rest out of this. If not, we can peek back up into a more comfortable location.
Yeah. No, I mean, Because the tunnel itself is so like thin that you guys wouldn't really be able to like. It wouldn't be like a very comfortable rest. You'd be pretty much like all crunched together.
Yeah.
Here it's not very big. Like it's wider than the tunnel. Excuse me. So you would be able to, probably take a rest down in this little basement level under the church.
Because I don't think there's any. I don't want to go any higher. It seems risky, and no point in doubling back now.
All right. Okay. So if you guys want, you can hunker down and just take an hour to rest. So go ahead, everybody. Do a short rest. If you have any hit die you want to spend or anything, I don't know if anyone really even got hurt during the zombie fight. Really.
Hey, Robbo took like 3 damage.
He did.
I think Grabak might be the only one who got hit, but he was raging, so it was like reduced.
You took 3
Yeah, it was like
only 3 damage.
right?
Yeah.
All right. So while you guys are sitting and just sort of, relaxing for a little bit, is there anything you guys want to do, talk about, or whatever?
So
I
about
died.
about that weird thing that came when you did that thing, Akira.
Yeah, about that.
So that was I explain what I know about what you call it.
Modrons.
Yeah, I explain what I know about Modrons.
What are they exactly? About this magic thing. Think you might be onto something.
I dare to say
I gotta talk to Heinrichs.
yeah. Yeah, that sounds
Maybe send a letter to the parents, because
yeah.
this isn't it.
Oh, maybe she got magic because she's a dragonborn now.
Oh my god. The Dragonborn theory has credit now. Shit.
Oh.
So,
Grabak's like looking at his hands like, maybe I got magic now too.
So
Yeah,
Dragonborns typically have like a breath weapon, right? So does that mean like you have Modorn breath weapon or whatever? Since it kind of came from inside of you.
Can you just exhale Modron?
Akira tries exhales really, really hard. Like as hard as she can for like a solid 5 minutes.
Just like just nothing. Just
Yeah, sorry, Trax. I don't think that's the case.
It's like it's like a good thing you guys are so far underground, because like it's not quiet. She's like basically like not quite screaming, but just sort of yelling like But yeah, so if you guys, that's everything. You guys complete your short rest. You could either backtrack through the tunnels back to Balceron's Manor, or if you want, you can, try to climb up through the church.
We don't really need anything through the church.
No, the church is our way out, right? It was the quickest way up for us.
Yeah, I think as long as we have past the trace, we should just be able to sneak through the church and out of the residential area.
Oh, yeah.
And it also gets us right to our carriage.
Let's do that. I'll let's see. So I use 2 key points to cast Pass Without Trace, and then
All right. So yeah.
Each one.
Roll for your surge. It's down to 1 again.
So nothing.
What'd you get?
Although that sucks. I got a nat 20.
Oh, nice. Okay. So it's up to 3 now. So yeah, you cast Pass Without a Trace. Now, you guys gather around the ladder and look up, and if you recall, you guys did actually push the altar back over the opening. So you can climb up there, but you're going to have to deal with the altar being in your way.
I know 2 really strong individuals.
All right. Well, which strong individual wants to try to tackle the altar?
Ooh, I had good luck with the altar earlier on.
Help and guide.
All right. So yeah, Archie casts guidance on Grabak. Grabak, you take charge. You climb up the ladder. It's going to be a little tricky because you're under it, and being that you're on the ladder. So here's what we're going to do. You can either make an athletics check at disadvantage because you're trying to balance on the ladder as well as push this thing over from underneath it, or you can use both hands, and you'd roll just a flat roll, but you'd also have to make a dexterity check to see if you can not fall off the ladder while you're trying to push the thing.
I will try the athletics check with disadvantage.
All right. And you get guidance with it either way.
What is guidance? Give me again.
We don't have a way to
D4.
We don't have a way to stabilize him on the ladder, though.
If you guys can think of something.
Like, is what's around? Like, it's we have rope. We have another strong person who's not doing.
Yeah.
anything with
Should I
kids.
hold the ladder?
Well, the ladder's like bolted to the wall, and the tunnel down is like stone, but like it goes down, and then it opens up a little bit, like partway down. Seemingly that's where the trap was like being held before it dropped. But other than that, it's just stone, and then partway down, like about 10 feet down, is where it dips out, and then it's just open air the rest of the way down on the right-hand side. Then the front to the left and behind is just like stone.
So, would we be able to use like pittons or something? Pittons and rope.
Yeah, you got him.
Got him.
Because I've got piton and we have rope, so
Oh,
we
and
could
my
totally.
walking speed is my walking speed, which is 40 feet.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we can definitely secure him.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so what do you guys want to do to secure him then?
Let's see. I've got pittons, so
Yeah. And the ladder's bolted, so we need to make it so that he's not gonna fall off the ladder when he does his thing.
Okay.
yeah. So I guess he can put the piton. He can have basically what he can do is he can wrap the rope around his waist, and then once he gets up there, he can put the piton in and like tie himself to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Okay, so you
Then
guys take the
if he
time
wants-
to... Huh?
And then if he wants, I can come up behind him maybe, and also have myself holding on as like leverage on the ladder.
Okay.
Like another rope can be tied to me as like a second.
Yeah.
So,
That's
okay, so you guys take the time to, secure the pythons into the wall, kind of tie the rope around Grabak's waist. And then, Kira, you climb the ladder, and then once the wall is, like, sort of behind you, you get to a point where you kind of turn off the ladder and just catch the wall and sort of, like, push yourself back so that, like, Grabak and your backs are pressed together. So you're sort of like just supporting him. So with that, instead, Grabak, you can make just a straight roll with guidance, so you can use both hands without having to do the dex save.
So, just a straight athletics roll?
Yep, with an extra d4 for guidance.
Ugh. 13.
Okay. So you push, and you feel it budge, but like you can't quite get it. Like it moves, but it doesn't like start to slide over or anything.
Can I spit on my hands and try again?
Sure. All right.
Oh, by the
I
way,
yelled down and say, "Nobody look! I'm
by
about
the
to
way-
be improper."
aren't you stronger without your hat on?
Do I have any? I don't think I have any rages left.
He's actually out of rage. Yeah.
Oh, is it a long rest for rage?
It's a long rest. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm all tuckered out from rage.
Yes, you can try it again, but you don't have the guidance this time.
22.
All right. So, Grabok, you push, you budget, it doesn't quite move. Even with Archibald's, blessing to you, trying to enhance your ability, and then you're screw this, you spit in your hands, rub them together, and you just push, and just, push yourself up, and the whole thing just fucking topples over with a loud crash on the church floor.
Get out of here!
I just hear him yelling, "Kensington entitlement!"
Everything moves for me!
So, as you guys all climb up out of the tunnel, there was a very loud crash. Now, Akira, you did cast Pass Without a Trace. As you guys get up into the thing, you all start hearing a lot of flapping and screeching coming from outside. I need everyone to make a stealth check for me. Plus 10 for Pass Without a Trace.
15.
Okay.
God damn it.
33.
Damn.
Trax got 36.
Holy shit.
Is it possible for me to give Bravo guidance since I know he'll have the most time with this?
I'd say given the short span of time where basically you guys popped out of the hole in the ground and immediately heard something coming.
I'm gonna use a surge and reroll.
Yes.
26.
Okay. What'd you roll for the surge?
I did. Do I surge also when I use the reroll?
So it's basically, if you read the skill, it says if I want you to.
No. Okay, cool. No. I was just making sure it's you asking me to, and not a thing like the flaw or whatever.
It's an optional rule for the ability. Basically, if you choose to roll a wild magic die to see if it surges, you get to restore the use of it. I think otherwise it's a short or long rest.
I think it's a long rest. Yeah. I rolled a 1.
Oh no. So
Can Grabok spit on his hands and and help her be stealthier?
So no. Her stealth roll was very good, but she is gonna wild magic surge.
She rolled a nat 1 on a wild magic surge.
Oh no! Can Grabok throw a cravat over her?
All All right.
Compose
so-
yourself.
Okay.
So, I don't want to rules lawyer this, but I think you guys are reading that part of the Tides of Chaos room.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
She can give herself advantage, and then it's a long rest to restore it.
Yeah, and then anytime before you regain the use of this feature, the DM can have you roll on the wild
And he is
search immediately after you cast a sorcerer's spell of first learner.
Oh, I see. But since we already homebrew,
There's no period.
yeah.
It just keeps going.
Since we already kind of homebrewed that she wild surges after every time she casts a spell, I figure that's just what I'll do.
Well, that's what I was getting at, though, is that because she surges every time she casts a spell,
Yeah.
she's already surging more than normal.
Right.
So to add it to every time she also uses Tides of Chaos would be like lots and lots of surging.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you realize this, Jesse, but I think Akira really likes the idea of just wild surging constantly.
Hey, I don't care. I
As
just
long as it's not a hindrance to other people's.
Well, that's the neat thing about wild surge is that it's not always a bad thing.
Right. It's
Like look,
gonna be good one time.
Well, look, I think so far the two other times you cast a really powerful magic missile, you summoned a Modron, and then we'll see what happens right now.
Right, that's the fun part of wild magic. It's all a gamble.
True.
I'm sorry, what was everyone's stealth roll? I know Trax and Archie had like 30 some bullshit.
26.
26? What was Grabach?
I got a +10 to that, right?
Yeah.
15.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah.
15's not bad, but compared to everyone else's. But, So,
I'm not a quiet man.
right? So you guys hear the crashing, right? And just suddenly all these shriekings and wings flapping outside. You guys all just crouch behind pillars, and Akira and Grabach, you guys don't even see where the hell Archie and Trax have gone. Grabach, you're just sort of hiding behind one of the pews. Akira, you duck behind another pew, and as you're ducking down, your eyes flash white, and everyone else in the room can kind of see this. White sparkles of light start to flash around your body, and suddenly you just gently start to lift off the ground, and you just start floating up, higher and higher and higher, and everyone's hiding and trying to stay, quiet and hidden, and you just float gently up to the rafters, up into the top of the church. As you guys are sitting here, as you guys are, hiding, really hoping that Akira doesn't get noticed, you see this large bird-like woman just nestle on the windowsill, the broken window that you guys found the fabric for Tom's robe. Just perch on the windowsill and just stick her shoulders and head in and start looking around and sniffing. That was totally cocked after you. Sorry. Okay. She looks in, starts smelling, and just looks around, her head's just darting around. And she's just and then she just darts out the window and a flap, a big heavy flap, and a few feathers just come out and gently land on the floor. As the harpy comes out, you hear her shriek and caw, and you hear just lots of other harpies shrieking and clawing back at her, and you just hear them sort of fly off.
Ooh.
After a moment, you guys don't hear anything anymore, and you all come out of hiding. But Akira, you're at this point literally just all the way touching the ceiling of the church, just floating sort of helplessly in the air.
Can I like grab onto the ceiling or something and like push myself down to like grab onto the rafters? Like, what effect do I know what effect I'm under?
Do you want to roll me an Arcana check?
I can try.
Right.
Out of character, if this is anything like fizzy lifting drinks and really want in the child factory, just burp a whole bunch.
Yeah, right.
You and Grandpa Joe will float down.
We can always tie a rope to her.
An 11.
So, Akira, you don't know what manner of key this is. Like you suddenly are like, can I use key to fly? But you were saying you wanted to try to push off the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
So you do. You actually like kind of turn around and push, and like you gently just start to float back down to the ground. The rest of you see her starting to just float gently back down to the floor.
Well,
I mean, I'll catch her unless she starts to float the other direction. Otherwise, I might end up.
Do we tie a rope to her ankle?
So yeah, you guys all kind of go over to her. Archie, you catch her, and then like Trax, you just kind of just loop a rope around her ankle, and for the next 10 minutes or so, basically you're all just sort of in the church, and Trax, you're just holding an Akira balloon, floating and like bobbing here and there.
try to do like backflips in the air.
Oh yeah, you're totally like, it's like, one of those what is it when they do the like heavy dive in planes, like the military planes, and it gives like
Yes,
that sort of
exactly.
the zero
Nice.
G effect for people.
I get Trax. I ask Trax, hey Trax, pull me down to the ground.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll pull her down to the ground.
Okay, in this 10 minutes, I want to like kick off the ground and just kind of like kick off like from the ground and like go up to the ceiling and like push back down and like flip as I do this. Just for a while, just because I can.
So yeah, just for the next like 10 minutes, she's just like jumping and just like floating up, like like grabbing the thing and just kicking off and just going back down. It's a lot of fun and it's like cool to watch, but as the 10-minute mark comes, she's pretty close to the ground. So like the last time she kicks off, you're about 5 feet above the ground when the spell just ends and you just drop onto your feet.
Cool.
Nice.
So you guys are back in the church, and the harpies, at least for now, seem to be satisfied that nothing is going on in the church. The altar is smashed over and busted. So without doing some repair to it, you wouldn't be able to cover the hole anymore. But
Oh man, some repairs you say?
oh man, if only one of you was a magic crafting wizard. Anyway, so
Can I get you to put this back for me really quick?
huh?
I asked Grabak and Akira to put the altar back.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, if you guys want to do that, both of you give me an athletics check.
Line that up. 15.
Akira guidance.
Thank you. 14.
Okay. So yeah, working together, the two of you are able to like lift it and kind of set it back in place.
I'll do a mending.
Okay, yeah, so they hold it in place for you, and you take a few minutes to just mend the busted up parts of the altar back together. It's not perfect, but, you know, it's serviceable and can, you know, it stands upright on its own and covers the hole again.
As long as that's super.
Yeah. I guess, what do you guys want to do, like, right this moment?
On the way out after that trace.
You guys still are under the effects of it.
I just mean, like, I think while we still have it, I think we're just trying to get out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for the sake of, we're pretty much wrapping up right about now. I'll say, everyone give me another stealth check.
Nat 20, baby.
Nice.
I'm owed one. I've had some garbage rolls the last few.
True story, man.
With your mods and pass without trace, what is it?
25.
32.
Nice.
Trax got a 36.
Nice.
I also got a 35.
Damn. So, like,
I got a 19. So I was gonna-
you guys open the door to the church and, like, just casually, like, you know, you all like kind of like crouch low, start walking through. Akira, for a minute, like, you lose track of everybody, but then, like, you feel Archie, like, just sort of touch your shoulder, and you're like, okay. And then Archie, with your keen mind, you know the route to fastest get back to the entrance out of the old town. You know, you guys move. You can move pretty quickly because of the spell. But you go back down through the busted wall, which leads down to the schoolhouse. You make your way through the couple blocks, and find your way back to the entrance to Old Baenum, pass through the tunnel, and you're on the other side of the wall, and you see two guards standing with their backs to you guys.
The carriage is buried, right? That's what we did last.
Sorry, what?
Did we bury the carriage?
You had Grim take it with
Okay.
Kit back to the Arce's horse.
I wasn't sure what the last thing we did with it was.
You had originally taken it with you into Old Baenum, but then when you left, you decided not to take it back with you because you weren't sure how much it would hinder your travel.
Yep. Okay, cool. Then we're good on that.
So yeah, as far as you know, it's back at the Arce's horse. Grim and Kit rode it back there. That's the last you saw of it. But the two guards, they kind of turn around and, you know, for a minute they hold up like their swords and they're just like, oh, hello.
Hello to you too.
Just
Will
so
they
you
be
know, it's not the same two guards that were there when you went in originally. Obviously, it's like the middle of the night. At this point, it's about 2 o'clock.
Oh, it's true.
What would their rank be? Would they be like guardsmen or like patrolmen.
Well, in general, you've seen, and it's I think it would, the captain kind of explained it to you as well, that there are always at least 2 guards stationed at the entrance of the old town, just in case.
Oh, I'm just trying to think of what Golden Guardian would call cops.
Oh, um,
They wouldn't be citizens because they're cops. So,
well, generally, the police and Mr. just referred to as the Hand.
so yeah, it's like, greetings, fine officers of the Hand. We appreciate your concern.
They're like, yeah, everything all right? It's a bit late, but I mean, hey, we're just happy to see people make it out in one piece.
I can't make any jokes about multiple pieces because it would give away my secret identity, but I do in fact have 3.
Right. Yeah.
Akira asked, how much would it take you to not let anyone know you saw us come out tonight?
We don't really need to bribe these guys.
Well, I mean, is anyone gonna ask us about you guys?
No.
The one guy looks at you for a minute. He's like, "Say, you're friends with the captain, ain't you?"
We are, yes.
Yes.
Well, as a favor to him, we won't tell anyone if they come around asking. We'll say you're still in there.
Thank you so much.
I shake both of their hands and look them right in the eye and just thank them for their service.
They're like, no problem.
I also shake their hands, but I want to slide 2 gold coins to each of them as I shake their hands.
Okay. Do you want to make a sleight of hand check?
I do.
Okay.
I think I bribed the last set of guards. So these guards are getting a lot of
Why
extra
are you
pay.
guys bribing these small podunk town guards? So
Because I got a lot of gold. 12.
Because we can afford to.
12.
It's the Grabach way.
You know what? No, I'm gonna re-roll for it because I can.
All right.
Out of character.
I asked to roll for it. Okay, so
14.
All right. Go ahead and roll a d20.
Yes.
So, out of character, if this works, can Grabach be a dick, shake their hand again, and sleight of hand the coin out of their hand?
People need to stop giving these
That's why there's
You're setting a terrible example. You cannot give these people money. They'll keep wanting more.
So I will say, with a 14, that if your passive perception is lower than that, you wouldn't have actually noticed her slip the coins into their hands.
Damn it.
And you got an
Sorry,
8,
Grabach.
you got an 8 with your d20 roll?
Yes.
Okay, so you're good. It's up to 3. You shake their hands and kind of slip them a couple coins. The 2 of them kind of nod at you, and you're like, "Yeah, no worries here. Guess have a good night. You probably guys look pretty beat. Have a good night's rest."
We tell them to do the same, and we carry on our way.
Yeah, we're still sneaking out, right? Okay.
So I'll say,
Are we all still stealthing away from them? Because that would be hilarious.
hey, if you want to, you guys are still under the effects of Pass Without Trace.
I will hella stealth away.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, so yeah, guys, give me another stealth check plus 10.
Track's got a 32.
Damn it. I got 26.
All right.
Six, 16.
I didn't hear Archie.
I got a 23.
Okay. So, you guys, you guys all kind of sneak away, and then Grabak, it's kind of like you're just like, all right, yeah, you're like a little bit ahead of everybody. You turn around, and like for a minute, you think you're walking alone, and you're just like, where, what? And then you're just like, whatever, and you go, and then like, same thing, like Archie just touches your shoulder, and you're just like, oh, okay, and then you guys make your
They're there.
do you guys make your way to the Arce's horse?
I know that's where I'm headed
Okay.
for a reason.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so yeah, you guys make your way back to the Arce's horse. At this point, by the time you get there, it's like 3 in the morning. The bar's empty. Like all the candles are out. Like it's very dark in there. There are no there's no customers or anything. You don't see the bartender at all.
I'm gonna read the booze.
So yeah, you just go and you take a bottle off the shelf and just crack it open and start just drinking, whatever you feel like. So you can remove 10 from your haunted history.
Yay.
What?
Yeah. So, was there anything anyone else wanted to do before you guys turned in, or?
10 from what?
Oh, it's something for track.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, was there anything else anyone wanted to do?
I don't think yet. I think we just need to get some rest and start the next.
Any chance, Archie, you could make me a pair of sunglasses?
I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure we can make crystal works.
Yeah, if we're gonna do some work in the daytime, I'm gonna need something.
Because you're a half drow.
Yeah, sunlight sensitivity sucks.
DM,
Yeah, DM.
Yeah.
Can Archie make me said sunglasses? And can they be circular?
Sure. We'll.
Yeah.
He'll have to get material for it and stuff, but it's definitely something he can do.
Yep. Sounds good.
So you won't have them quite yet, but it's definitely something we can work on. But yeah, if there's nothing else, you guys turn in for the night, and you guys can take a much-needed long rest.
Taking that now.
And I think that's where we'll call it for now.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Now I can rage 3 more times.
Yeah.
You guys survived a full day in the ruins of Old Baenum.
Oh, how many Cletwood amulets did we snatch from the old mansion, by the way? 2?
2.
Ooh.
So you have 2 Cletwood amulets, and you guys each have a large chunk of just fresh Cletwood.
Mind you, these 2 Cletwood amulets have been look like they haven't been degraded at all.
Yeah.
And they were in a room that hasn't been visited for a long period of time.
And we have 2 saplings, right?
Yes, Kira has them.
Actually, real quick, if you guys want, before we call it, do you guys want to check on your amulets and the other stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm down.
So I guess everyone you can give me either Arcana or Nature, depending on which one you feel like you want to do.
I'll do Nature for me, because that's +1.
Okay.
You said Arcana or Nature?
Yes.
Okay, they're both in skill.
Oh no.
32.
20. Not a nat 20.
11.
All right. So I didn't hear what Mira got.
Oh, I'm sorry. My thing has literally frozen. I haven't been able to do the thing. Sorry.
Oh no.
Arcana, I rolled a 14.
Okay. So, and Archie, what did you get?
32.
So, so you guys start kind of looking it over, and so you guys start looking everything over. As you observe the amulets that you guys have been using this whole time, they're very degraded at this point. They're like burned up. They're like they've reduced in size. They're like only about a third the size that they were when you guys first got them. And like as you watch, it seems like literal like small embers start peeling off of it and like dissipating in the air in front of you. However, the two amulets that you recovered from Balceron's old mansion are completely fine. Also, the chunks of cletwood that you carved out of the trees in the ruins are also completely fine. Archie, something occurs to you that even though you studied the Cletwood amulets a ton when you first got them, you checked them out, you looked them over, you were able to determine a lot just based on just your arcane knowledge. But it occurs to you suddenly that you never actually identified the Cletwood amulet.
I have one spell slot left.
Alright. So, cast Identify on the Cletwood amulet. You're able to determine what you already knew based on just studying it, that the wood is naturally magic in nature and has an effect that seems to resist or purify necromantic energy. But with your spell, you briefly get a flash in your mind of just dark magic. Almost as though the amulet's enchantment is actually what's causing it to become destroyed upon exposure to the energy in Old Baenum.
Freaking capitalism. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's planned obsolescence. I don't like that. I'm like actually religiously opposed to it.
So yes, you determine that the wood itself actually does not degrade from the
Okay,
right.
so I have a new plan on what we're going to be doing in Old Baenum.
Sorry, you're kind of muffled.
I have a new plan, folks, on what we're going to be doing in Old Baenum.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I can make a much better product than Baron big old bag of dicks over there.
Then Balthazar.
So it also,
Yeah, sure, if that's what you want to call it.
it also means that the that landlord guy, Balceron, it's just seeming like evidence more and more support is piling up that he's either a magic user or he's got a magic user close in contact.
Well, I super think he does. I just think that even if we have no legal grounds to hurt him yet, I would love to start selling functional Cletwood amulets and just ruin his business.
Good.
I bet you I could whip up like enough for pretty much the whole town and sell them all on the cheap.
Wait, maybe we shouldn't do that though, because that might fuel more people to enter into Old Baenum and get themselves killed.
Well, if we destroy the zombie clot, then
Yes.
I figure that the big issue right now is that it's too hard for anyone to make a reasonable effort to clear the town and like manage it. But if we can equip like the full town guard and like some other Paragon Company members and everyone with just actual,
we could revolutionize.
could literally like remove that hindrance and we would shit all over Balceron if nothing else. Give us plenty of like, time and effort to work on solving the problems of Old Baenum.
I kind of love it.
And I do want very badly to ruin him on the business front more than anything else, because I feel like that would be a really strong super middle finger to a shitty business tycoon.
I agree. We would need Grubach to speak with the captain of the hand. Assure us that if we were to go about and arm them with the Cled amulets, that they would actually do their job there. Because until we break the curse and everything and clear out the zombies and stuff, this still feels like Paragon Company business, not hand business.
And I feel like I can talk the commander into doing more stuff.
Yeah, I think it will just need to take some a little more convincing. I'm not convinced that the hand is gonna be willing to do much with the history of Old Baenum and everything, unless they're forced to, essentially. I mean, because they only have 2 guards between New Baenum and Old Baenum, and there's like a zombie clot and zombies and a lot of things that 2 guards actually can't really handle.
Yeah, especially some of these 2 guards.
They do have a weird amount of faith in the tradition that things have worse than.
Yeah, so from what you guys know, it seems more like the general impression is that the guards that are constantly posted there are more like lip service than anything. Like, they couldn't really do anything if anything happened, but just it's widely understood and known that nothing from in the wall ever tries to come out of the wall. Like, it's just, it's sort of just blind, like, faith that nothing ever tries to come out. So they just put them there to sort of ease the public a little bit.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, not that it's mostly for show. Obviously, your regular town guard isn't equipped to fight monsters as well as like a Paragon Company group would be.
Right.
So yeah, I guess if there's nothing else, is there anything else anyone wanted to do before you guys turn in for the night?
I think Grubach's good.
Good.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So with that, you guys go to your rooms, and I assume all of you just promptly pass the hell out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's more stuff to do, but I think I need to.
Right.
The night's young.
So I assume everyone passes out except Trax just sits in the room, drinks that whole bottle of liquor that he just took off the shelf before he also just turns in for the night. Or actually, you don't even have to sleep. You're an elf.
Yeah, I'm an elf. I just trance.
Yep.
These broods really hard.
Yeah,
right?
just brood really hard. It's not trancing, it's brooding for me.
I was I was about to make like a vibing joke, but I like that more. We all sleep for the night except the elf. He vibes.
Unless it's Trax. He
He
broods.
broods. Yeah. All right, we've reached the end of another episode. I'd like to thank my players for being such a fun group to play with. At Cactus Toad on Instagram, who made our character art. At Alpha A for helping with the intro video. Will Savino and his tracks from Music D20 and Burrowbound, link in the description below. And thank you if you made it this far. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time in the Paragon Company.